Welcome to the Millennium Mayfair Hotel here in the heart of London's West End, where I'm delighted to say that zapsports.com has a real exclusive for you, because we're here with Glenn Hoddle, our co-founder. He's just been appointed to Chairman Greg Dyke's FA Commission into the future of the England team. It's a big job and Glenn's up to the task. Now then, we've got some top names from Fleet Street and the broadcast world here sharing the news with us. We've got the BBC, we've got Sky Sports and ITV News. So without further ado, let's go and meet the man himself, Glenn Hoddle. Well, we're delighted to have Glenn Hoddle, co-founder of zapsports.com, with us this afternoon. Glenn, congratulations on your appointment to Greg Dyke's commission on the future of the England team. Why do we need a commission and what can you bring to it?
Well, one, I'm delighted to be a part of this commission. I think why we need it is because there is a drastic need to change the opportunity and the chances of the England national team, the senior team, winning a European Championships or a World Cup. If things are not changed, if things are not looked at by this commission and then implemented along the lines by the FA and by the Premier League and the Football League, our opportunities of winning a trophy is going to get less and less. There's no doubt about that, Bill. When Greg asked me, I thought about it for a nanosecond because it's been passionate to me. It's something that I really felt over the years I could have an input on the certainly the longer term, on how we change things around with our younger generation of footballers, because there are two reasons for this, short term and long term. But if we come up with the right ideas, if there's not too much politics and we can get them through, I think there are some really invaluable ideals out there that can bring us on, 50-60% of making that opportunity of winning a trophy over a longer period of time.
In terms of the development of young players, tell us about your academy in Spain and also what's happening now on zapsports.com.
We had a situation down there where I saw them develop and change and improve so quickly, and that's 18 to 21. What you can do with a 10-year-old is vastly more positive. But the reason for it was that we were living with them. They were residential. We had their football training, we had their nutrition. It was all under our control.
Living like a family.
Yeah, living like a family to a certain degree, a football family, and development of footballers. I truly believe if we can get residential scenarios with the FA backed, it's going to take a bit of money. Those situations will help us bring on these kids, well, 100-fold, because that's what the academies are trying to do with their clubs. They're trying to get 10,000 hours in each player over a year. Well, if you're living and breathing and you're getting your education and you're getting your elite football coaching to become an elite footballer, and that's what it's got to be, you have got a chance. You're going to get 15,000 hours, let alone 10,000 hours. And then we have a chance of changing generations of footballers to improve us in the long term.
The shorter term problem is much more controversial, and we all know about the debate regarding the influx of foreign players, 68% as opposed to 32% English qualified players now playing in Premier League squads. Yeah. You're going to need help from more than just what the FA can give you. What do you think you can do about that on this commission?
That is one that we desperately need help on, whether it's from the Premier League or it's from the government. We need to change the rules. We find ourselves with a fantastic brand in the Premier League and lots of money, finances. Unfortunately, that's brought so many foreigners coming into the country and blocking our youngsters from getting opportunities to progress as footballers. That's the key to it. I'm not saying that they're good enough yet, but even the opportunity to prove that they're good enough is where we're at the moment. We have to change the rules on that. We have to go back to, I don't know what the ratio would be, whether it's 5, 6 players, whether it's 4 players have to be English, and I'm saying English, not British. We have to be ruthless about that. These are things that are bigger issues, and it's all right for me to spout off and say this. Lots of people have been saying it. How we put that together as a commission, how we drive it over the line, we do need help from other, the other industries, if you like. So they've all got to work together for that. I think other countries have done it. Germany are a prime example of how they've looked at club and country, and they've moulded together. Possibly because Bayern Munich are that powerful, and they've always had a real good synergy with the national team. There's countries out there that have achieved this, and we might have to look at that module and see if we can copy it a little bit and add our own spin to it and make sure, because at this moment in time, the England manager in the next 2-3 years down the line, if it continues and gets worse and that 68% becomes 75%, we are in trouble as a nation, and we owe it to ourselves, Bill. We owe it to ourselves as football lovers of the English game, because the Premier League is in England. It's not in Scotland, it's not in Ireland, it's not in Wales, it's not in France. It's the English Premier League, and we need to defend our own corner here, and we need to make sure that we have a vehicle and we have a platform for these youngsters to progress as players.
Now then, this commission invitation, Glenn, has come at an opportune time, because here on zapsports.com you've just launched this new training and improvement program competition, Zap Stars, which we want as many youngsters to enter this as possible. This is a prime example of improving young players. Tell us a little bit about Zap Stars.
Yeah, well, I'm excited about Zap Stars. I have been for some time. We've been putting it together for quite a long time, and it's interesting that this being asked to go onto this commission by Greg Dyke has coincided at the very time we've launched it. We launched it last week, and it is a competition, but it's a competition to improve young players from 8 to 16 years of age is the age groups that we're looking to do. And it excites me, it's about something about improving at grassroots level. Even if you're involved at a club, we want players. Any players can go on there, boys and girls can go on to Zap Stars and register, and we put our drills, we put our coaching drills on there, and then they have to film themselves, put it up on the site. We'll judge them, we'll sort of give them a mark in the 5 categories that we've been given, and then we'll go back to them and see how we can improve them. There'll be other scenarios on the site that we would have, coaching drills where we can improve you as a player, and it's all about improving. There is an end to it. There is. If the quality is that high, we will have a coaching day with myself and my coaches in the different age groups where scouts can come, professional scouts can have a look, possibly getting them a contract.
That sounds brilliant.
Yes, it's a great concept, and I'm really excited about it. We might even go and play different academies as well.
Great. So kids, here's your man. Glenn, we've got 2 really important matches for England now coming up over this coming weekend, Montenegro and Poland. If you were in Roy Hodgson's shoes, how would you actually approach these games?
Approach it very positively. I think the fact that they've got 2 home games to finish on is ideal. Montenegro and Poland, I think we haven't managed to beat any of these teams in the league yet. That's the problem we've got. I do believe we will qualify. I think Rooney and Sturridge is what I would go up top with, and be very positive, go on the front foot, packed Wembley crowd, and yes, I think we'll win both games and qualify.
Well, Glenn, thanks very much for coming to talk to us today.
Pleasure.